Remember when getting older seemed to be the cool thing to do? You know, when you're a kid, and like for me, it was like growing up, cool. You know, grown ups get to do lots of neat stuff. They get to go to parties and they need to go out and have a few drinks at the bar up the street and stuff like that. Well, that was okay in my mind, but it didn't really happen. I ended up growing up too quick. Had to play grown up as a kid. But, what's cool thing about growing up was when you're a kid is like, well, when I get to be 18, I'm going to be able to do this, I can vote, I can drink. Well, some states it's 21, sorry. And I can have a car, and I can go where I want to go. And then you find out it's not so much fun. So getting older to a certain state of mind works out. Well, I found out it's not all, the grass is not always greener. That's the truth. When you're younger, you can run, you can ride a bike, you can do all kinds of gymnastic kind of things. Your muscles are all good and toned, and you keep on moving, and then you have kids, and you have a family. That's part of being grown up, and you think, now why did I want to be a grown up again? There's a lot of responsibility being a grown up. I don't get to really do what I want to do. Now I got to take care of this and take care of that. I got to pay bills. I got to pay the government there. It's like I can't keep my own money even. And they don't tell you that when you're growing up, when you're a kid. So, what's so great about getting older? I've been trying to figure that one out. I thought getting older was going to be okay. I used to laugh at people who would say they would get ready to turn 40, and they're like going, yeah, you're getting black balloons on your birthday, aren't you? Nobody ever did that to me. They knew better. Nah, they didn't want to deal with this redhead going off on black balloons. I mean, I'm not dying yet, but they want you to feel old at 40, and then you turn 50. So I've been trying to rack my brain as to why is getting older better? And, let's put it this way. When you're young, you got it all going for you. You get old, things fall apart. Everything falls apart. Do you know I've had more surgeries in the last 3 years than I've ever had in my whole life? I had my foot worked on, had surgery on it, had surgery on my shoulder. I've had eye surgery now. I'm wondering what other part's going to fall off or go bad that I got to get it fixed. Oh, I know it's going to be my knees because I've had trouble with my knee. And I don't think it's so great getting older. And then you wonder why some people, when they get up to like in their 80s and they go, I can't wait to be out of this place. I can't wait to be 6 feet under. And you look at them like, really? Well, I understand it. I got all these aches and pains I never had before. And then you got to get health conscious. And you got to I take more vitamins now than I ever did my whole life. And that's just to keep me from feeling like a rusty old tin can. I get up in the morning and everything hurts. When you get older, everything hurts. Why? I don't get it. I just slept to rest my body. So why when I get up does it hurt? It shouldn't hurt. It should feel better, don't you think? Honestly, that's what I thought. When you got older, it was, you feel better when you get up, when you're fully rested. Did you know another thing I didn't know when you get older is you don't sleep. You hit past 50, and for some reason sleep is a thing of the past. I go, yeah, I've tried going to bed early. Have you done that? You say, okay, I'm going to get 8 hours of sleep tonight. I'm going to go to bed early. You get into bed, and what happens? You sit there, and you stare at the ceiling, and you turn and you look at your partner, your husband or wife or whatever, and you're like, how can you snore? I'm wide awake. Well, if you have a spare bedroom, like we do, when that snoring gets too much, I go in the other room. And then I still can't sleep. Why? We got 2 cats. And they like to come and visit. Yeah, in the middle of the night, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, they're like, meow, meow, meow. We're hungry. I go, no, you're not. Pets are great, aren't they? You gotta love them. Oh, we love ours, but sometimes But as you get older, you don't want to deal with that. It's like, oh, great. I love my cats. but I still have to clean the litter box. Why can't they clean it? Can we teach them how to do that? No, they don't have thumbs. They don't have a wiper. Boy, they sure do go a lot. And the other thing they don't tell you about when you get older is you get bored easy. Yeah. And when you're that bored, what do? You sleep. So what happens when you sleep? You gain weight. And then when you do, you get depressed because you gained weight because you were sleeping, because you're old. Oh, getting older is wonderful, isn't it? Not all the time. So I've been trying to find a light at the end of this tunnel. And so, you're really getting old when you don't have a car. Because I don't have a car right now. You ever not had a car? And you're just like dying to like go someplace and you can't? Because you don't know anybody who's home that can take you where you want to go. Like if you just want to go to the grocery store and grab some ice cream, right? You have cravings for ice cream. Old people do. Did you know that? We crave ice cream. We crave sweet stuff. I don't know. I don't know why. I guess the sweet tooth wakes up after you turn 60. But there's no way for you to go. You can't walk because you're so old, or you're not that old, but I mean, you're still mobile, but your knees hurt when you walk too far. Your hips are like, forget it. They're like, ouch. Or you have bad back. I've got degenerative discs back here, and they're like, sit down. You can't walk down to the store. It's a half a mile away, and I'm 10 years ago. Oh yeah, I could walk down there. Not a problem. Boom, down there and back. 20 minutes. Now, nope. Not having a car, I can't just go to the grocery store. And I'm sorry, I'm not paying them no money to deliver it because I'm on a limited budget now. That's the other thing I don't tell you. Growing up, you get old. All that money that seemed like millions when you were like in high school, and you're like, getting all these odd jobs, and you get your first job, and you get all this money saved up, and you think, oh man, I'm rich. And when you get older, and you're on Social Security, that money don't mean nothing. And don't go very far, especially when you've had surgeries and doctor bills. It really eats into that money you're getting every month to the point where you want to say, why? And why can't I just keep all my money? Why do you got to keep taking it? They don't tell you about that. So that's not a good thing about getting older. Because while you're young, save your money. Put it aside. If you don't need it, don't buy it. Make yourself a nice nest egg. Because one day that nest egg is going to have to hatch and pay for all your medical bills and your doctor bills and your doctor visits and your aches and pains. And when you can't see anymore and you're like, oh, I got to be able to see because I can't drive if I can't see. Well, now I can't drive because I don't have a car because it got totaled. So, it's sad, and you've gotten old when having a tricycle, an adult tricycle, is your motive in life. Your goal in life is to have one of those adult tricycles so that at least you get some exercise and you can be independent. You can ride the sucker half a mile down the road to the grocery store and ride it back and feel good because you're doing something healthy and you're being productive. You're not feeling like a hermit. You're not feeling like you're locked in a prison where you can't leave it. You don't get cabin fever as easily. So I'm waiting for my adult tricycle to get here. Okay, go ahead, laugh. Yeah, an adult. Old lady on a tricycle. Oh, ha, ha, ha. Yeah, I know. I can hear it. I can hear you guys laughing now. Big deal. Wait till you get to be my age. And you don't have a car. And you're used to being able to go here and go there. And then you can't go here and go there. And you can't stand being closed in 4 walls. Then you'll understand what I'm talking about. Let's put you in a closet. You want to go in a closet? And just have no way of getting out? Maybe peek out once in a while. It's like, oh, God, it's hot outside. I can't go outside. So if you think it's funny that this old woman here is telling you that getting old sucks, go ahead and laugh. I don't care. You're going to be old one day too. I know, I'm just not being mean, but it's a fact of life. We are born to die. Eventually, you end up back where you came from, back in the dirt. And some people, maybe not in the dirt, maybe in an urn. Maybe scattered across the ocean. Who knows? But getting older used to be fun. Like now, my back is saying, "Yo, lady, set your butt down." So I'm gonna set my butt down. God, that feels good. Problem is, in the 10 minutes, or less, when I go to get up, I'm going to be going, ow. Because you'd think sitting down would be comfortable when you're older. For about 5 minutes, yeah. But then when you go to get up, every single joint that was sitting there resting says, I don't want to get up. Just sit back down. But if you do that, then you never get up. I never understood that. I eat healthy. I try to anyway. But when you have surgeries, boy, everything you accomplished prior to surgery, like for me, I had lost a bunch of weight. Guess what? Since I couldn't move around as well as I could before surgery, all that weight said, hello, we're back. So now I got to concentrate on that again, trying to get rid of it. So that's why I'm getting a tricycle. I'm getting a tricycle to get rid of the extra weight that came because of the damn surgeries. Now, the good things about getting older, I guess it's an even balance, depends on how you look at it, is the kids are all grown and out of the house, yay, but then they're gone, and I used to see them every day. Now I don't see them at all. Bummer. An occasional visit would be nice. You lose people you love, because if you're older, they're way older, and they're going to be here in less amount of time than you are. And then you got to deal with that. I've had to deal with that twice this year. And then my cat had to be put down. I had to deal with that. Don't you love being grown up and you have to deal with death all the time? I'm trying to turn around. It's like somebody's knocking you on the head and reminding you, like, hey, one day it's going to be you. No, thank you. And when it comes, I hope it comes while I'm asleep. Isn't that our ideal way to go, to leave this earth? It's like, just close your eyes, boom, gone. But does it ever happen that way? Not my family. Everybody goes out and takes forever, But that's not such a good thing about getting old. You have to anticipate those things. But you can have a heck of a lot of fun in the meantime. You can have fun with getting into crafty stuff. Like me, I'm a crafty person, so I get into crafty stuff. That just keeps me from going bonkers. Honestly, if you don't have transportation of your own, like I don't have this, I keep saying, I don't have a car. Don't feel sorry for me. If you know someone who's got a free one, send them my way. I don't care if it's a beater. As long as it'll take me a mile down the road and back, I'll be happy. I don't care. I'm not doing drive share, ride share, whatever the hell they call it. That's another weird thing. It's like, you can do everything right, and you're going to have some passenger behind you that says, can you turn the air off? It's 96 degrees outside, and some passenger in your car wants you to turn your air off. But it's your car. Yeah, they don't tell you about that kind of grown-up stuff. Like when you get older, if you have to supplement your income, and the only thing you can do is to drive your own vehicle and drive a bunch of selfish little brats, cheap ass so-and-so's around because they don't have a car. That's not your fault. It's not anybody's fault that I don't have a car. It's my fault I don't have a car. I know it. It was unavoidable. Well, hey, they don't tell you about people that don't drive safe. How they just kind of like barrel through an intersection. But, hey, it is what it is. So I figure God must have a reason for me to not have a car. He wants me to concentrate on something. I guess this is it. I'm supposed to concentrate on trying to make people laugh at my crazy life. And, I've got pets that like to get in my way. They like to trip me up in the morning. And when you're younger, you can kind of like see it coming. Not so much when you're my age. When you're past 60 and a cat gets up under your feet, you're going to be on your ass because you don't see them coming. They like want to love up on you. They get up under there. You either step on their tail, they squeal, and then you feel bad because you stepped on the cat's tail, but it's not your fault the cat decided to get under your foot. Or you fall on your ass and then you're pissed off because now you got to get up off the floor. Oh, that happens. And you fall and you get up and you hope to God you didn't break anything. That's it. That's at my age. It's like, did I bust anything? Did I put a crack in a bone anywhere? Gosh, I hope not. Because that's another doctor bill. that I can't afford. But the trick to doctor's bill I found out, as long as you send them $1, they can't bug you. And well, they'll try to bug you, but they can't take you to court and they can't, try to sue you because you're making an effort. Now that's something that's good about being older. It's like you realize you do have some power still left when it comes to your finances in that respect. You can hold people up just by being old. It's like, I'm sorry, I forgot. I had so much on my mind, I forgot. I'll send you $5. And what are they going to do? Throw you in jail? No. Why would you want to throw an old woman in jail when she's really trying? And oh, God forbid, you don't want to make her cry. You don't want to make me cry. I cry really good, by the way. And it's not because I enjoy it. It just happens. We ladies are emotional creatures by habit. So when you get older, either one of the two things happen. You either become a stone or you become a mush. Well, a mush means you cry at everything. Me, I'm a mush. I cry at a drop of a hat. Do you know I can't see a man cry without crying along with him? I don't know if it's female or if it's my age. Maybe it's a combination of both. But I have no clue. And then there's this whole, how do you make up for income you don't have anymore? Like, I've tried to get a part-time job. That's the bad thing about getting old. We live in a world now, like, I try to get a job and they're like, oh, whoa, great interview. Do I hear back from them? Nope. You know why? Because I'm old. Because I'm not 30 years old, 20 years old. I'm not moldable. I've got my own opinions. Oh, God forbid an old person should have their own opinions, right? And I get looked over. So I do this. I figured if I can't get a job being me, why not be me in a video and share with you guys how crazy I am? One day, they're all going to regret it. So all you people who out there and are getting old, and see, I've got to get up already. Oh my Lord, have mercy. Every muscle in my body aches when I get up from a chair. Gotta get up though. Oh, they're not doing the surgery on my back. I'm not having that surgery. No, because they fuse bones together and stuff like that, and that would make me feel like a robot, and I'm not a robot. So, when you're young, getting older seems cool, but then when you're there, you wish you were young again. To a certain extent. Now, if I was going to go back in time, and everybody says this, like, if you could change anything in how you grew up, I said, well, there's some things I couldn't change because it was forced on me. But if I could change anything, I'd want to stay at 38 years old. You're not quite 40, and you're not 25 anymore. You're an adult, and you still got your vitality and this and that. It'll be cool to be 38 forever, wouldn't it? I don't know how anybody else feels, but that's my favorite age is like 38, because my kids were all born. Yeah, they were still in school, but I was still enjoying them. They were still around. So old isn't okay, but it's not bad. And I just hope that one day that when I'm old and gone, that all those paintings I've been doing, that they're worth some money, because then I can leave that to my kids. Man, that's sad. This is what wanting to be old looks like, or ends up feeling like. So if you're not old, relish your youth. Relish it, relish it, relish it. But when you get old, plan ahead. You know, I've got a bucket list. Never thought I'd have a bucket list. I'd only be able to cross off 2 things on that damn list. That's because I'm stuck in these 4 walls. And I don't think a tricycle's going to get me there. So, let's hope. And let's have a toast to this crazy old lady eventually, maybe someday, God, Lord willing, that I get a set of 4 wheels and that I don't kill myself in it. Because that's another thing that can happen, is you can kill yourself driving a car if you're too old. I've seen people on the road and they don't need to be driving. So, cheers. And this is what, June, July? Oh, happy belated 4th.